Humanity has always wondered what really happens after death. One of the most profound texts of Tibetan Buddhism, Bardo Thodol, or more commonly known as the Tibetan Book of the Dead, sheds light on this great question. Padmasambhava is considered the author of this book. According to legend, Padmasambhava wrote the book and then buried it. 11. The contemporary Lama Kazidava Santup added commentaries and explanations to the book and brought it into existence. Padmasambhava himself gained immortality because he knew the art of death well. At death, he dissolved his physical body into the 5 elements and became invisible to anyone and became a void. This unique work helps us understand not only the moment of death but also what lies beyond. Death is not something to be feared. It is a gateway to new experiences. The word Bardo means between states, that mysterious space between life and death. So what happens after death? Tibetan Buddhism preaches a life free from hatred, greed, and ignorance, because these 3 sins are powerful enough to bring about the end not only of the individual but of all humanity. Bardo Thodol reminds us that with every breath and every step we are on a journey. But this journey does not only begin with the end of the physical body. Earth merges into water, water into fire, fire into wind. Eventually, consciousness reaches infinity. After death, people can be reborn into the love of the deity they believe in, or become a Buddha. But the way to do this is through a lifetime of mindful and careful practice. Within the Bardo, one can choose one's place of rebirth. If one is to be born as a god, the world of gods appears before him. He will see pictures from the world of men, from hell, the place where he will be reborn. When he sees the place of his rebirth, he clings to it with extraordinary strength. If a man is born in the world of human beings, he sees man and woman in a close relationship. If he is born as a boy, he feels hatred for his father and attachment for his mother. But one thing to remember is that if one does not want to be born at all, one should stay away from them during this time of sexual intercourse. But the lower the stage of Bardo, the more difficult it is to control the situation. Usually, Bardo lasts for 49 days, sometimes even less. When seeking rebirth in the 3rd stage of the Bardo, one usually sees familiar places and people as in a dream. One talks to them, but they don't hear him and he becomes very sad. Lama tells his relatives not to become dependent because dependence makes him and his relatives unhappy. The Lama advises him to think of bad things and remember his secret name. If nothing helps him, his time in the Bardo is over and he starts to encounter bad things. A person with a bad temperament always experiences suffering. A good person always feels happiness. When you are in the Bardo, you become a void and you can do things that a living person cannot do, such as crossing the wall, reading people's thoughts, and so on. Therefore, in Tibetan Buddhism, one should not be attached to any world. One should learn not to be afraid of anything. If he learns to control everything, it will be very easy for him to survive. This book is not only about the journey of the individual, but also contains an important lesson for all humanity. Hatred brings wars, greed destroys the environment, ignorance keeps us from seeing the truth. Perhaps Tibetan hell is a place we are creating with our own hands here on Earth. According to this unique teaching, the consciousness of the deceased experiences a series of hallucinations and visions over a period of 49 days. But these visions are not random. They are shaped by the karmic energies that the person has accumulated throughout their life. If we can recognize and release these visions, we can achieve enlightenment and a better rebirth. The book is divided into 3 main Bardo, or quest phases. Bardo of life, Bardo of death, and Bardo of Dharma Nirvana. The Bardo of life includes the present moment and all life experiences. In the Bardo of death, one has inner and outer experiences, feelings of peace or clarity, visions of gods or loved ones, even detachment from the physical world. But the truly stunning experiences take place in the Bardo of Dharma Nirvana. Here, the individual can see the clear light of reality, experience a sense of oneness with the universe, and move one step closer to enlightenment. The Tibetan Book of the Dead maps this process and offers unique guidance to humanity. Moreover, modern science and reports of near-death experiences are surprisingly similar to the visions described in the book. I had left my body, I had left the hospital, and all the pain attacking my body behind. I was in a peaceful place. At that moment, when I looked up, I saw symmetrical waves of white light slowly approaching me. They were so bright and intense, but at the same time so pure that I could look at them. I could feel the light they emitted slowly spreading throughout my body and healing me. I could feel every molecule of my body vibrating with the loving energy emanating from this huge tunnel of white light. I knew I was looking at the source of creation. This huge white light in the form of a tunnel was God. People say they experience not being limited by the body, pure peace and love. These teachings teach us not to fear death, but to understand and learn from it, both individually and collectively. Do you think it is possible to recognize and release the true nature of these visions? Don't forget to share your ideas in the comments.